Hey, I'm Danie Pitpit, class of 2018. I was a physical education major and I primarily played second base. I currently live in Silmar, California, and I am currently a behavioral interventionist. I would definitely have to say some basketball games, the pep rallies, seeing my teammates try and pretend they're on the dance team or even pretend they're a part of the band. I mean, whenever that band gets going, it gets everybody's spirits up. I would have to say my freshman year, my very first game, I can't remember who we played, but I was asked to drop down a bunt my first at bat, and obviously I was okay with doing that. And then my second at bat, I come up and everybody's like, oh, come closer, she's just gonna bunt again. I mean, 5 something, so obviously I'm not too intimidating, but I was able to put it over the fence. And then Vandy at the time was hurt and she was just cheering on the outside, and I was just like, oh, I'm cool now. Like, I felt on top of the world. I felt in place. Other accomplishments. Me and Mick, we were playing up the middle, short and second, against Delaware, I believe my junior year. And we were up to, I believe, 7 double plays at the time, and the record was 8. And someone let it slip that we only needed 1 more to break it. And of course, you know how the story ends. We didn't end up breaking it because no more balls were hit to us. So I thought that was pretty memorable to be so close to a record with your best friend. I keep in contact with a good majority of the girls. We have a California group chat. We try hanging out when we can, but we all have very different schedules. And a lot of the girls who are currently playing or have just graduated, I try taking a couple trips up there when I can, kind of get away and kind of relax and just remember how young I am, and I do need to take a vacation here and there. But I mean, it's a good handful of girls, and even some alumni I became friends with during homecoming events. I mean, it feels like we were all on the same team at one point. It's hard to put just one name. Throughout my 4 years, it would change between Coppin because they're a crosstown rival, Howard one year because they had something going on against us, and then Hampton just always seemed like a great game. Like I said, it's hard to put a name just to one, especially when everybody has a target on your back because everybody wants to win. Well, obviously we have many stories. Not all of them we can tell. But just to keep it a little PG, I would die every time I was playing with Audrey. She was a first baseman. She was a year older, class of 2017. And I didn't have the best arm, I'll admit it. Lots of wild throws. Some people know another joke with that one. But, I mean, she would always complain about my balls being in the dirt. But I just thought of it being, I was making her a better first baseman. But she never thought it was so funny. So those little wise cracks she would give me, I can't really say them online, but those definitely were the little moments that really kept everything upbeat and that I will always remember. I guess they're not so funny with everybody else. But another story would be, we were on a volunteer trip. It was me and Blanco and some of the other girls, and we happened to know the current mascot, and we were just in the van heading to a volunteer at a hospital, I believe it was, for a Christmas event. And he just let us wear his head. And we thought it was like an unspoken rule, like no one could touch the mascot's head, no one can know who it is. But he let us put it on, and me and Blanco were in the back seat just taking a lot of pictures, just kind of really embarrassing ourselves. And it was just the funniest thing. And you see all the other SAC representatives in the van, they're like, what are you guys doing? Like, it's not that funny, but of course, we were having the time of our lives. I definitely miss all the girls. It's really hard readjusting to having 20 friends you can see whenever you want, to coming back home and maybe being able to see one every other month, maybe. It was really nice being able to text people and be like, hey, are you in the house? Yeah, I'm in the house. Run right over, lay in someone's bed for God knows how long, just messing around, having fun, and being able to just be around other people. Especially right now with COVID going around, it's so difficult not being able to have that constant communication and just being around someone physically. That's definitely the biggest thing that I miss about going to school at Morgan. Morgan prepared me in a way that I hope other people that go to other universities get the chance to experience. It allowed me to grow up, kind of mature, and still let loose and have fun once in a while. Because moving across the country for 4 years, give or take, with the months coming home for vacation, but having to be my own person. I couldn't call mom and dad over the phone and say, hey, I need help with this, or I need you to fix my car, or just any basic little things that we ran into. We had to learn and adjust to it. And kind of growing up with 20 girls on the team at the time, they were going through the same thing I was, so why not ask them for help? We had to become codependent in a way, and that prepared me to work with individuals who had different personalities like I do. Because I work in therapy, so obviously we're going to have very different ideals, methods, everything. And sometimes you find out that your way is not the only way, and you can find an easier way sometimes when you're working together with other people. I feel like any recruit, not just Morgan in general, should consider being open-minded to everything, any possibility that could be headed your way, whether it be playing a different position, playing in a different city, state, some people even country. You need to be open-minded, because nothing ever in life will always go your way. Things will always change whether you like it or not. And some advice: use your time wisely and don't goof off your freshman year. I know a lot of people who messed up their freshman year by not taking classes seriously, and that definitely changes how everything worked. Take things seriously, time manage well. You don't have a lot of free time, so take advantage of it. Well, currently I'm working as a behavioral interventionist. I work with individuals with disabilities, typically autism or Down syndrome, and kind of changing their challenging behaviors into ones that could be functional in society. So if they have a challenging behavior such as hitting, spitting for attention, we can teach them, you can tap on that person's shoulder, arm, anywhere, or even calling out their name appropriately, or even having a special signal. It kind of depends on the client on how they react to different things. So a wide range of things. It's never the same thing for every client. I'm also applying to graduate programs on the mastery and doctorate level for occupational therapy, which is basically a therapy that works with functionality of everyday tasks. So kind of the same work, but more on an actual level, not on a behavioral level. Haven't really been doing much because of COVID. I'm still working, thankfully, but spending extra time with my family now that we can't really all travel. So kind of staying at the home base, trying to stay safe. I hope you guys are all staying safe, and I hope you enjoy this video.